Hey guys, welcome back to another Hypixel API related video. This video I'm going to be going over a cool little project that I did. I started a bit ago and I just finished it. This is going to be on my GitHub if you want to test it out. It's just going to be like a template version of this. I'm going to explain what it does and then I'm going to show you the results that we found. So particularly this is going to be for Quake. However, this script can be used for any game mode because I've got like a little game mode section here. Or can put in any game mode you want. And then you can also select your playlist. I'll just include like a templated version in down below in the description where you can go ahead and check that out or if you want to use this for whatever purposes you may want. In general, this is a package length parser. So you may not know what package length is. So I'm going to go over that real quick. I'm going to show you guys here on my thing, transition. So here is the, this is Gogeta's API. I chose Gogeta because he's actually in the Quake Discord and they helped out a lot with this research. So shout out to them. But I'm going to go ahead and go down to his stats. I'm going to go to his Quake stats because this video is more about the Quake version. However, I may do versions for the other game modes in the near future. You'll notice this packages folder here in his Quake stats. And this is very particular because this is in every game mode, and no one really knows what it's for, right? Because there's like shop items here. So if you buy something from a shop, there's also like cosmetics in here, which is similar because you also buy those from a shop. There's also achievements here, like achievements, like when you get an achievement, sometimes they go here. And then there's also achievement flags for like trackers for achievements randomly that pop up and disappear from here. And then there's also like other random junk that nobody knows what it is. And so because it's so mysterious, I think it's very interesting to see the stuff that goes into here. More particularly, how much stuff you can put in here at once. So I want to know who has the most random junk in here. So to do that, I parsed a lot of players, roughly a little over 100, like 130 or something like that. And they were specifically chosen players. I'll go into that in a bit. But I took those players, and my parser just goes down, gets the length of their packages. So for Gogeta specifically, his highest index is 193, which means the length of that array is 194. And I made like a brief sorting algorithm, or I just used like a built-in Python sorting algorithm to sort all those numbers and those players by their package length to see what is like the theoretical and practice limit. Now, I'll also go into a bit what I think the actual limit is. And yeah, so that's an example of like what I'm doing. Now I'm going to show you guys the script that I'm using, that I'm running. This will, like I said already, it'll be down below. I'll have a GitHub link so you can go ahead and use this. It'll just be a template version of this. So first off, I get my API key, and we're going to be using async requests because we're making like 130-ish requests. We're using JSON, we're using pprint as well. And I've got my list of players. This is a particular list of players I chose for Quake. So knowing that shop items go into here to have a really high count, it's essentially required that you have max shop. Now, who would have max shop? Well, it would probably be the people who bought the hardest or one of the most expensive items to get in the shop. And that for Quake is the 0.85 second trigger. And because of that, I took, it just so happens that there's a public list of every player that gets updated, a list of every player that has the 0.85 second trigger that they can find basically. And that's roughly 130-ish people right now. So that's this list. I have removed, in particular, some people. It's not because I don't like them. You'll notice on this list there's a lot of people I really don't like them. I hate them. If I could remove them from this list and still say I'm not biased, then I probably would have. But I don't like being biased, especially not with my coding things. So I removed a few particular players, but it's because they, in general, either got stat wiped or they have a Hypixel staff rank and have turned on the setting to hide their API, which I think is really dumb. I think that if you do that, and it's like you're scared of having your stats tracked or something, which I think is just odd. It's because like you fear what other people might do with your stats. I don't know. It seems really weird. Um, Anyways, I removed like I think like 3 people for those reasons. However, in general, this list is still very much intact. You'll notice a lot of the names are different from what you'll see on the public list, and that's because all these names I use the updated names because I'm using the player API, of course. I use the current names of these players, so I use those, and so a lot of these names were just outdated on the forum page. I just updated all of them. That said, I am doing that. So this is you set up your players, and then you leave this empty. You get your game mode, which I just put as Quake. But this has to be the code name for the game mode in the stats section on your player API. So for Smashers, this would be Super Smash, not Smashers, right? You can't just put whatever you want here. You have to put the code name in the API for what it is. And then player packages, this is where we're going to store all our people. Next up, we generate all the links by building the URLs. And then we go here, send out the requests. That's supposed to be requests. And then look through the responses. Save time later, I just load it as JSON and make it equal to itself. And then I make sure that it's good. So this is just like basic feedback stuff. And then this is filters to tell you if there's any like bad players. So in the response, it'll say like, oh, this guy's like name is bad. Like he doesn't have the game mode that you want him to have or something like that. And it says the game mode and it says what index in the list he is and everything. So that's just like basic feedback stuff. Anyways, and then here we just get his packages section and save it as variable p, just a very temporary variable. And then we append him to the player packages array. And so to do that, we just put the length of their packages array. And then we also put their display name, which is like their IGN that was most recently logged onto Hypixel. And then obviously, if something goes wrong here for whatever reason, just tell me the error. And then we sort them reversed, obviously, and we sort them by the first key, so that's their length. And then we're going to print out the sort of things. And now I'm going to show you guys the results. So the results here, I'm going to show you transition. So we're going to start from the bottom and go up. First off, we've got a lot of people at 1. These are people who most likely got stat wiped. Very sad. But didn't get fully stat wiped. They still played like 1 or 2 games of Quake. I'm not too sure what happened there. But that's what happened there. And then if you go up a little bit, we start getting people who have some items in the shop. So like down here, the lower edge here, is probably people who bought most of the gun parts, but didn't really buy the cosmetics. And as we go higher up, it's more people who bought cosmetics. All the way up until, I believe right here, Go-Getta is like the milestone here. So Go-Getta, so 194 and everything below is fully max shop. So you bought all the gun parts, you bought all the armor cosmetics, you bought all the kill sound cosmetics, you bought literally fully max shop on Hypixel Quake. And then it gets interesting because you might think, oh, and this is also max achievements for the particular achievements that are tracked in there. So actually this is like max shop down here somewhere. But this is also max achievements for the win achievements. So this is like win while using X gun. You need to have all of those achievements. Those are all in this packages section. So that's 194 milestone. Now if we go up a little bit more here, you'll notice that there's a lot of people at this 196 section and then even 197. So 196, essentially there was a tournament for Quake and there's 4 items in the shop that you could buy. Those 4 items, I believe, go into packages. And of those 4 items, a lot of them are at 196 because they bought 2 of them. And then it goes up to 198, I believe, where you bought all 4. There's a lot of people at 197 because they bought 3 of them. That's because the 4th one was actually just buying more coins, ironically enough. And then it gets really interesting because then you get to 199 and you're like, well, how'd they get 199? Anyways, I'll leave that up to you if you want to think about it a little bit. There's like random achievement flags or whatever that you can think of. And then just to finish off the video, I want to show you guys, if you go all the way up here, you'll notice that yes, at the very top, there are 2 people who reign above everybody else at 201. These are people with fully maxed shop, bought all the cosmetics in the Quake shop for the tournament, bought literally fully maxed shop of everything that you can in Quake, including tournament shop for Quake, plus some like every achievement that is tracked in here, plus like some random achievement flags. So I just thought I'd mention that. However, this is not the theoretical limit, as there is slightly higher that in theory, we're not sure in practice if anybody has this. We don't believe so. But in theory, someone could reach or get an account that goes up to 203, as there are two flags that both of these accounts have in common that they're missing, and that is achievement underscore flag underscore 1 and achievement underscore flag underscore 3. So those two flags, these accounts do not have, and it seems very likely that it's possible to maintain these achievement flags while also getting every other flag or every other achievement and everything without like having to lower somewhere else in the packages. So you theoretically could get 200 through here. However, I don't expect anybody to get that in reality anytime soon. Anyways, I'll include this down below, as I said many times in this video, in the GitHub, so you can go ahead and check this out if you want. And then I have my Discord down below if you want. You can go check that out. We've been talking about this for a little bit. And then, as always, like the video if you found anything cool here. And then if you want to stay up to date with any of my videos, including my live streams and all my coding tutorials and all my other fun little projects I do like this, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want. Anyways, that's it for this Hypixel API related video.